Lily Wong here, and this is Fly with Lily podcast. Life can throw us unexpected curveballs of all kinds, from the loss of a loved one, career change, or family problems. For me, it was the loss of my mother and my marriage. The worst experiences of my life led to the most euphoric learning experience and life journey I ever could have imagined. My journey let me dive within myself, overcome my fears, drop disempowering beliefs, and remove mental limitations. From motivation, language learning, business, nomadic life stories, or world travel, to just plain dropping your baggage, Fly with Lily podcast offers the inspiration you need to open yourself to this world of opportunities without limits. Hi, Lily here. Welcome to Fly with Lily podcast episode 5. I want to thank you for joining me in this podcast. As you probably already know from the previous episodes, I'm originally from Taiwan and English is not my first language. However, each episode is carefully written by me and is proofread by my English teacher, Christiana. We meet up almost twice every week to go over my transcripts. I met Christiana through an English language exchange website called italki about 3 years ago. We've been working together and she has gotten to know me inside and out. She is also very interested in starting her own business, and after hearing my story, she was very curious about how women can stay happily married while running a business. After all, it seems that my passions for growing my own business had gotten in the way in my marriage. Looking back, after some self-reflection, I realized I maybe could have done something better to help prevent my marriage from falling apart. So listen on, it might shock you because this advice is going to come from a woman who recently got out of a marriage. I want to be honest with you. I feel if you married your husband for financial support and comfort, having a successful business will make you feel you don't really need a husband. This is often the case in China and why more and more women don't want to get married. Women often feel pressured into marriage in order to be able to have kids and become the world's view of successful. They are taught this is the only way to go, so having a business or becoming financially independent can be hazardous to your marriage if you let it be. A lot of the time, marriage can be a task. Without a strong foundation of love and wanting to work together, it's hard. It takes two to tango. However, if you marry for love, which I think you should know being married can actually be very helpful for your business. You'll have a calmer mindset and will be more focused, as long as you can get your husband's support. For me, intimacy and love are two very important values in my life. I'm still trying to balance my life as a new single gal by going on dates and creating meaningful relationships with the people around me. I loved being married, don't get me wrong. I didn't volunteer to fall out of my marriage. When I made that commitment, it was serious. I was going to stay in my marriage no matter what happened, through thick or thin, till death would do us part. Having that mindset helped me stay strong in my relationship with my ex-husband Ian, and being married was really good for me while working on my business. I felt very grounded and safe. Ian was very supportive. Well, he tried to be. I was shocked when I found out my marriage was failing. As far as I knew, Ian and I were very in love, but then one day I found out about his affair. My world was crumbled and I began to totally rethink the whole situation of our seemingly perfect marriage. Now I can look back and see that it turned out for the best because I'm finally living the life I have dreamed of living. I believe he made a huge mistake, but didn't I make a few as well? I think everything happens for a reason. I believed Ian loved me with all his heart. How did he start straying? If you read my story and you're a married woman and also trying to run your own business, you might be wondering, is it possible to have it all? Hey, don't let my bad experience stop you wanting the things you deserve. Nobody is perfect, and I hope you can learn from my mistakes. Here are 3 things I think married women should pay attention to when you are running a business. Number 1, treat your relationship as priority. After years of being so intimately together, we both became comfortable and lazy. Although I still looked glamorous at business occasions and on our dates, when I was home, I became a bit sloppy with my appearance. I was treating my business as my priority. Our relationship became secondary. I knew I loved Ian deeply and wholeheartedly, and he really wanted to support me emotionally. I wish we both knew at that time that it was crucial for both of us to never stop pursuing each other. You might constantly feel you are juggling between your relationship and your business, but keep in heart that it is all worth it. Learn a few tricks about how to seduce your husband, plan a date night, and find a time for you both to be pampered. Moreover, never stop communicating your love for each other. Number 2, communicate your vision and share your success with him. Most businesses fail. However, don't ever let this discourage you from trying to run one. At the beginning, Ian didn't believe my idea would fly, and sometimes I felt he didn't have any confidence in me. I was frustrated about getting my ideas across to him, and I gradually closed the door of sharing my vision with him. There were a lot of disagreements about how I should run my business. However, when I was successful, I knew he was genuinely happy for me and wanted to get more involved. To sum up, I think our families don't really have to know the ins and outs of our businesses, but it is important to keep them in the vision and constantly let them know you are doing this for them as well. Number 3, have a strong group to support you in your business. I think we often tend to believe our partner has to be not only our lover, but our best friend, confidant, and even someone to go into business with. However, just like I mentioned in the last point, your husband doesn't need to understand everything you do in your business. He doesn't have to provide you professional advice and constant emotional support. Your home should always be a place for love, not a place for work. When I was running my business, I constantly was seeking support and advice from Ian. There were a few times we got into a huge fight just because I didn't like his opinions about how I should run my business. That neediness was also kind of killing our love for each other. There are a lot of communities and mastermind groups out there that can actually help you with the problems you encounter in business. Otherwise, you can consider hiring a business coach. I feel if I would have had support groups like I have right now, either online groups or offline groups, that support would have helped keep my sanity intact. Being married and having your own business can be wonderful. For me, the commitment kept me feeling alive and loved. While keeping a business can sometimes be nerve-wracking, my marriage actually helped me feel calmer in lots of situations. This is a quote I heard the other day by David M. Sabatini. Quote, "Most good science comes only after a massive amount of failure." Unquote. I sincerely hope my experience and this piece of information is going to help you. Now, I actually see my divorce is a blessing in disguise. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten married in the first place when I hadn't yet figured out what I really wanted out of my life. Being married or not, I think being your true self is the most important task in life. I also believe where I am today was all meant to be. Having a business that I love, having the ability to travel to so many exotic places, meeting amazing like-minded people, and being financially independent. Listen to your heart and never stop improving yourself and the relationships around you. Optimize every area of your life. This has been another episode of the Fly with Lily podcast. So what now? Go to flywithlily.com to download my gift for you to help work on your abundant lifestyle, or contact me directly for a consultation. This show takes a lot of work and planning, so if you enjoyed it, please consider a 5-star review on iTunes, following on Facebook and Instagram at Fly with Lily, or come up and give our crew a hug on the street when you are on your journey. Thanks for listening, and remember, life's curveballs can be your best opportunities.